How to draw landscapes with anime art style. This time I tried to draw a landscape with a different art style from my usual drawings. I tried to make it look more like an anime cutscene and make it seem more beginner-friendly. To start, I will divide it into several important points. The first one is define the idea. Brainstorm your ideas, what you want to draw, and show it on your canvas. Determine the theme, whether it is a fantasy world, cyberpunk, medieval, etc. Number 2, composition. Actually, there are many types of composition that can be applied in a work. However, this time I will use one of the most common and frequently used ones. The rule of thirds. We can make this easier with Clip Studio tool Help. For example, after preparing the canvas, we set the preferences first. You can adjust the thickness as you like and make sure the vertical and horizontal have the same thickness. Click OK, and after that, we prepare a frame border folder. Name it Rule of Thirds. Click OK, then a new layer folder will appear. After that, we create a grid rule of thirds by going to Ruler Frame. Divide frame border equally. Make sure you divide it into 3 times 3 and become a grid for the rule of thirds composition. In the rule of thirds composition, we will fill 2.3 of the part as the focus of the object we are drawing, and the rest will be empty space. Number 3, thumbnails. Try making a thumbnail of your image, zoom out your canvas, and project the idea in your brain onto the canvas. As an idea, what your work will be like in the future. Number 4, divide your drawing into 3 parts, front, middle, and background. This helps you to value your images. The farther the object is from the camera, the more faded the color will be. Number 5, use references. Use references so that the object you draw is more in line with the original object. After all that, let's focus on the drawing session. After doing the sketch, I continued by drawing a simple line art into my drawing, which will look like that. I don't want to make this drawing too detailed and look complicated later, so I just gave simple objects that are easy to draw. I didn't make the line art too neat either, because then I would focus on the coloring part. Don't forget to make your line art according to the perspective concept. My drawing this time uses the concept of one vanishing point perspective. If you have drawn all the parts of the line art, you can turn off the frames grid rule of thirds folder. And then the steps can continue to the part of giving the base color. Give all the base colors to the line art you just created, according to the color you want. In this picture, I want to create an atmosphere in the evening, and I gave it a color like that. To depict the sky with an evening atmosphere, I use the gradient tool and the pen tool with cloud shapes available in Clip Studio Assets. I paint my sky to be like that. You can also use blending modes on layers in Clip Studio, such as multiply and add glow, to make coloring your drawing easier. Next, I want to add texture to my drawing. Actually, I'm too lazy to do it one by one, so I just give random strokes like that. The important thing is that it doesn't look plain like before. Next, I started to focus on the object at the front of the picture. I color by color, picking the colors that are already on the canvas. I chose the color that I used as lighting at the front of the picture from the brightest color of the sky. Give the object lighting to be like that. Actually, my art style is usually more of a manhwa style because I make webtoons. That's why I tried to make an image with a more anime art style this time, because making backgrounds in webtoons often uses the help of 3D objects. In the middle of drawing, I had an idea to add character to the picture. In the end, I tried to add a character leaning on the fence to the picture. I didn't make the coloring detailed, just as simple as providing basic colors and lighting. After I considered the coloring session complete, I added small details in the form of leaves in the front and blurred objects that appeared far from the camera, such as the tree behind it. After that, I tried adding a lighting effect by adding a flare asset in the Clip Studio asset and changing the layer settings to add glow. You can erase unnecessary parts of the flare by using an eraser with lowered opacity. At the end, when the image is finished, you can adjust the color balance, add effects, etc. that can enhance your drawing. Then it's finished, and here are the results.